Good morning, dear children. Our chapter number 10, Ancient India Cultural, is going on. We, in our last video, learnt about Tipitikas, Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Understood? Now we will start with Bhagavad Gita. You know that Bhagavad Gita is a holy book of Hindus? Yes. It is also a part of Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita tells us that each one of us should do our duty without expecting rewards. काम कर, कर्म कर, फल की चिंता मत कर. It also says that the path of devotion to God means नामस्मरण. देवाचे भगवान का नाम लेना है, सब कुछ उसी को समर्पित करना है. And this is open to all. Now we will move on to Adi Shankaracharya. He was lived in 8th century and he emphasized knowledge and renunciation. Means to gain knowledge and renunciation. Renunciation means to leave all our desire and to take only God's name. To become ascetic. Ascetic means like sadhus or sant. He also wrote notes explaining the Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. He established 4 muths in 4 directions. Means what? Muths means what? Monasteries. Mutt. The original word is mutt. Swamin se mutt. Means 4 monasteries in 4 directions of India. That is east, west, north and south. In east, Jagannath Puri. In Orissa. On west, Dwarka, that is in Gujarat. On the north direction, Badrinath, that is in Uttarakhand. And in south, Shrenagiri, that is in Karnataka. Now we will learn about Kautilya. Kautilya wrote Arthashastra. In his book, he explained about the excellent administrative system in ancient India. Then we have Panini. Panini is a Rishi who is considered to be the standard work on Sanskrit grammar. Understood? Then Patanjali. Patanjali was also a Rishi who wrote Mahabhashya. It explains the principles given in Panini's Ashtadhyayi. Understood? Treatise on grammar itself tells us about the writings or a book of any subject. Here we are talking about the correct grammar. Understood? Now one more is there, Arsha. Arsha means what? Any rishi or sagas who wrote Ramayana and Mahabharata, the longest classical epics in India. The Ramayana was composed by Rishi Valmiki and Mahabharata has been composed by Rishi Vyas. All these literatures, various languages, grammars, art produced in ancient East India is said to be classical. Raghuvansha, Kumar Sambhava, written by Kalidasa. These all well-known compositions are of the ancient period, written in classical Sanskrit. Kiratar Juniya by Bhargavi, Shishu Pallaved by Magadha are the examples. Now we will talk about theatre. In theatre, see, theatre means what? Where the dramas are played or dramas are conducted, including dialogues in the drama. The story has been told through songs and music and dance, and the legal studies of this theatre is known as Natya Shastra. Understood? Now one more thing is there, that is narrative literature. What is narrative literature? Narrative literature is to educate people through stories. The famous stories were Panchatantra, composed by Pandit Vishnu Sharma. This is an excellent example of narrative literature. Understood? One more literature, this narrative literature is Bauddha Jataka tales. We have these Jataka tales and Panchatantra in our school library. Now we will learn about the life of the people in ancient period. Those were prosperous time. Understood? We had our foreign trade relations with other countries. The society was divided into different castes. There were organizations of traders and artisans known as Shrenis. The trade with other countries was carried out by both land and sea route. We had fine textiles, ivory, that is elephant tooth, precious stones, spices, that is masala, beautifully made earthen pottery, and it had a great demand in foreign countries too. The main crops of that time were rice, wheat, barley and lentil. Lentil means masoor. I have shown you this in my earlier videos. The diet of the people included food items made from these besides meat, fish, milk, ghee. See this. The people mostly wore cotton garments. Those silk and woolen garments were also worn, and they were similar in today's type of garments, that is dhoti, uparna, mundase, sari, etc. What is mundase? Mundase is headgear. हम लोग सर पे पहनते हैं ना. What do we wear on our head? Topi, feta, many types of headgears today we have. The concept of stitching clothes also was introduced in India during the Kushana period. So this much we have learnt today. We'll continue with medicines and other things in our next video. Till then, see you children. Bye bye children.